If there was a really powerful piece of advice that you could give to young professionals looking for that idea to start or launch their career, what would that advice be?
I think what we're seeing now is no different to what we were seeing 30 years ago. I mean, these guys have to come in with a clear plan, understand what their brand's going to be, and the biggest challenge for those guys ongoing, I think, is to accept that things are evolving a lot faster now with social media and everything else. So yeah, I just think make sure you've got a really solid research plan before going into business.
And so what were the biggest challenges for you across that journey of 20 odd years?
Look, I think that we started out as an agitator in the industry, and we were sort of new in, and it's very easy to be successful when you're first. And then as things became more competitive, we had to react to that. And then eventually we had to re-engineer the business really completely twice to continue to be relevant. So I think, nearly 21 years I had the business. We changed because we were forced to change, and then we changed because we wanted to change. But eventually the culture became very much a business that was looking for new ways of doing things.
And so what parallels can you draw for the audience from today between the highly competitive real estate industry and the highly competitive pizza industry?
Yeah, great question. I actually think that the real estate industry suffers very similar to the pizza industry, where it's hard to stand out and be different. It's hard to be a zebra amongst horses. And in our particular industry, we really had to go to a lot of strategic thinking and steps to find that. Whereas the real estate industry, they do build relationships. People do trust brands, and they are making the biggest and most emotional decision of their life when they're buying and selling their home. So I still think that these guys that are in real estate have to focus very clearly on what makes them different in a very crowded or loud market space.
And so for the audience today, from a great talk, what would the main takeaway be that you want the audience to have gotten from you?
Look, one of my points today was about post-sale marketing, and it's so simple that we forget that we're so busy out there selling that once the deal's done, one of the greatest levels of marketing we can achieve is to go into the customer and say, we've done business, but here's something that I want to say thank you for doing business. And people forget that that gift will drive that person to 10 other people and say, this was my real estate agent and he was terrific. And I think post-sale marketing, $50 gift basket after selling a $500,000 home isn't too much to spend.
Definitely.